What is happening? It is Bones Rodriguez, and I'm just making this video. Although I'm going live, I'm really just doing it because my software isn't working. I'm making this video because I keep hearing what happened last night. And, I've been hearing that, Latino men voted more for Trump than they did before and blah, blah, blah. And maybe that's all true. But here's the main thing I want to show you. I'm going to show in stream. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to go over there so you can see. I'm assuming that this is going to work. So this is what everyone Harris's coalition is less diverse than Biden's. Let's look at what's happening here. So the demographic groups that propelled Trump to presidency. Let's see what the demographics say. They say that basically between 2016 to 2024, right, that he increased by slightly each year, that each year he increased by a point or two each year. Okay. Obviously a lot more in the last one. A little bit, a lot more. A little bit, a little less. Okay. That's 45 to 64. Then you see the big difference was in 30 to 44 or 18 to 34 were the big differences, right? Because he's been talking to them since they were 9 years old. So he's been a problem for just like a decade now. Spewing stupidity. But you'll notice he didn't make anything with people who know better. In fact, he went down with people 45 and up. Okay. Then shifting youth and gender. This is it. In the gender thing, he did women 18 to 45, women 45 plus, right? This is Biden Trump. And then Harris Trump, he did better in each of these. Each one of these just about, except for women 45 plus and men 45 plus, right? So that's what we were saying before. Trump against women. He did 42% against when it was Clinton, 43% women with Biden, and 45% with Harris. It's to say that didn't move much, right? Well, I guess it did. For between Clinton at 42 and Harris at 45. So that moved the needle somewhat, right? But all of these things about how he moved the needle just a little bit. And college degrees, no college, he wins no college easily. He wins no college because, as he said, he loves the poorly educated. And this is where we're going. He loves the poorly educated. Look, college degree didn't move, not at all. College degree went up, between Clinton and Biden went up. That's a thing. Biden, from Clinton to Biden, up. From Biden to Harris, down. Okay? And then what I see a lot of pundits is like, Latino and black men move toward Trump. This is the big one. This is supposed to be the big one. But let's take a look at that. Biden in 2020 got 63% of the white vote. Trump got 86% of the white vote. Harris got 66 of the white vote, and Trump got 84% of the white vote. Oh, a little less, right? So he got 86% versus Biden, and then later 84% of the white vote. Lost 2 points. But he gained 19 to 7. You see 19 to 17 over here, okay? And then 2 to 3. But here's the only thing you really need to look at. If you were to cut out all non-white, just cut it out, right? Even if you cut out all of Trump's non-white and put it here, but stacked it on top, you would see that it's just the white vote. That's all it is. It's that he got a large amount of the white vote. And it's disappointing that I don't hear that on the pundits. That's all it is. There is no Republican party without the white vote. And I'm sorry to say, but if you compare Clinton, a white woman, and then Biden, a white man, he won. And then a woman of color in America, where according to this, you have to just get the white people vote. Unfortunately, that's it. So anyone saying anything like, "Oh no, if only the Latinos hadn't changed them," they only changed by 1-2%. People, they only changed 1-2%. If people were actually like thinking about the whole country, then the demographics wouldn't look like this. Does that make sense? It wouldn't look like this. If anything, Latinos the most the tiniest shifts, right? So let's just put that away and realize that what we're talking about here is that white people just keep voting for Trump for whatever reason. But you got to ask yourself, what could be that reason? Why would a white woman come closer, a white man win against Trump, and now a woman of color lose? I mean, there's only one thing in between them. I mean, and it's the same thing. And fish don't know they're wet. Am I racist? Am I racist? Yes. Anyone who lives in America is racist. They might not feel it on a day-to-day basis because fish don't know they're wet. One of the most unrealistic things about Finding Nemo, aside from the fish all talking to each other and all that, is that Nemo is born in water. At some point, he like breaks through the water, and he's not horrified to find out that the universe is actually mostly dry. Well, America doesn't know. America is unaware of how wet it is, and the people who are who realize the racism in America are drowning in it. And we keep saying, you guys, yes, I'm admitting my racism. If I'm admitting my own racism against people of color and my own sexism too, knowing that it's there and you have to like fight it on purpose to create the kind of world we want to create, to create the country we say we're supposed to be in this world, then you have to know that you're wet. Fish don't know they're wet. Americans don't know they're racist. And the fact that so many people can say, oh, no one called Trump racist until he started running is so bonkers crazy. It's so bonkers crazy. Because we all are. So ask yourself, why a prosecutor lost to a felon? She's worked in all three branches of government. And tell me that if she weren't a white man, if she were not Kamala Harris, but Charlie Harris, it would have been a blowout. So anytime any of the pundits say, oh, and by the way, it's not that Latino voters, apparently a lot of Latino voters switch because they think they're white. A lot of them are, right? I am Latino from Puerto Rico and Cuba and Spanish conquistadors. Well, Spain's white, isn't it? It's European. So a lot of people from Argentina and Chile and all over the world here don't know that you're Mexican here. The Cubans down in Puerto Rico and Florida, they don't know that to the rest of the country they're just Mexican. I know. They don't know it because in Cuba they're the white power people. They don't know it. There's someone who's going to hear this and see this and think that I'm out of. But ask your Take America Back friends what they think of Cubans. A, they don't know anything. B, they're going to be like, aren't they communists? They don't know anything. They think you're Mexican. They think you're coming over to take jobs in Miami. They know that much. I'm Cuban too, by the way. So just any sort of blah, 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 because I can feel, put it this way, I can feel even the racism in the people voting for Kamala looking to say, damn, look at those dumb Latinos voting against their own interests. Look at those dumb black men voting against a woman of color. They're already pointing fingers, not realizing that it's white Americans. Not realizing that the vast majority of, who cares that the people of color changed a point or two here and there? That's not the problem. It's that a lot of people are still mad that slavery ended and that Jim Crow ended. They're still mad about it. That's it. Some point we'll get to being the country that we say we were. And it's not even, again, it's that Donald Trump won. Mitt Romney, like a real Republican, didn't win. You know, a race baiting Hitler playbook, enemy within. He said we had better air under my presidency, and somehow people just lap that up. If you get enough people scared enough, and he just scared you with hordes of people poisoning the blood coming in through the open borders. That's all dog whistle BS to scare people enough, to scare certain people enough to not move the white needle. That's all it is. If it weren't that, by the way, if it weren't that, then these would be the same. There wouldn't be any difference in the demographics. Why would you call Kamala Harris a hoe? Did I hear that language? Did I hear that language with Hillary? No. Nobody called Hillary hoe. Why not? Because she wasn't, I mean, there were no pictures of her with some stars, I guess. They use that because it's a term for that colored people use, people of color use. And I keep having to put this umbrella over it, right? I keep having to put this people of color umbrella. But that's why they use the word hoe, because, oh yeah, don't forget, she's black and Indian and East Indian. That's what that is. Otherwise, they would have used it for Hillary. Right? So, women, I'm sorry we failed you, but guess what demographic of women failed you? Yeah, the same demographic of men that failed you. I'm sorry. The quote is, it was too late. There were too many. They were too dumb for too long. So the MAGA folk have likely just voted in the very thing that they say their movement's against. Just all of the 7 deadly sins. Actually, women dying because they can't get proper abortion care. The party of pro-life is having women die over abortion care because because miscarriages happen, you idiots. And I'm aware that it's the condescending thing that I'm only speaking at this point. You've turned off. So, you know, that's it. Anything that is talking about what demographics caused the election to go one way or the other, it's the same demographic as always. It is white people, urban, rural. That's it.